Hello, I'm back, fresh off the road. MiniNats 2025, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. What can I say? Amazing, honored, grateful, bewildered. Amazing time. Beyond honored to have my truck sitting on that field. I've been having a lot of dreams come true the last couple of years. Very fortunate and kind of lost for words on that. It's just amazing, very awesome journey I'm on right now. To walk around the corner and to see my truck sitting there with all of these extremely high-end creations, paint jobs, is beyond amazing. And the people, obviously, incredible. Who knows, might not ever go again. Might not ever get a chance to go again. Might not ever get accepted to go again. The thing is with my truck is that I'm happy with what it is. Again, as I've said before in other videos, my truck's more of like a time capsule. It does have a bit of a cool factor to it, but of course it's not cut on and all that stuff. And I mean, that's my vision for that truck. Maybe one day I'll go in depth of why that truck means so much to me. But as of right now, when I walk around the corner, I can go past a $100,000 build. I hate that term build. But anyway, I can go past a $100,000 creation that's 10 times better than mine, but I love my truck. I wouldn't give it away or sell it or change much about it. It's a reason kind of why everyone's got their own vision, their own path of where they're at. You know, that's the way it's going to be till I'm gone, and somebody else can get it. They can back it up. Hopefully not, but I don't think I'll know anything about it. But so that being said, we left Thursday morning because we had to be on the field between 4 and 8 p.m. to offload the trailer. That's another thing too. I don't have tags on it, registered or anything like that. I don't drive it. I've got like 7 vehicles I've got licensed, insured, and all that stuff. I just don't see the need. I haven't put a mile on that truck. It might probably maybe less than a half a mile from driving it from the trailer to shows or inside or wherever I show it. Excuse me. But I haven't driven it since 2003. That was when I got rear-ended. I ended up, the insurance didn't give me enough money to paint the whole thing, just enough to fix the bed, and of course the paint on it was factory, and I just didn't feel like it would match or look right. And then of course I had these big dreams, oh, I'm gonna get it repainted, and it's gonna be great, blah 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 blah. Then the old thing everyone says, life happens. The next thing you know, you're dragging around parts and pieces for years, and then next thing you know, you're in your late 30s, 40s, and maybe even pushing 50. Anyway, kind of rambling on with that. But and some people might say, well, you know, damn, why do you trailer it? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? It's like, well, if I wanted to, I'll put a friggin' Matchbox car in my 28-foot trailer and tow that if I wanted to. And that's the beauty about being yourself and knowing who you are. You do what you want. I could pull that off the trailer and somebody might say, well, I've got a higher end build that I just drive. That's great. I haven't driven it. I'm not going to. That's part of the thing with it. It's got low miles. It looks like it looks because I don't drive it, obviously. You do lack some of the fun, obviously, but then you get it on the other end of, I just need to know that truck's in good shape and sitting somewhere shining. It's a personal goal of mine. I've got other trucks I drive. But again, like I said, maybe one day I'll, if someone ever asked or wanted to know, I'll explain why it's important. But or why it's important to me. But again, you want to trailer it, trailer it. You don't, do what you want. You want to trailer a bicycle, do it. If you can afford it. Take the trailer up there empty, come back with a truck. Do what you want. So that being said, I trailer it because I want to. It makes me feel safe. I think what Tony Montana say, it helps me sleep at night. So anyway, enough improv. But so anyway, we towed it up there, and we got up there. We ran through some rain, a little storm. That wasn't a big deal, of course. My friend, he was towing the trailer, and I had the chaser vehicle, my 99 Extreme. We got up there, unloaded, got into park. I wanted to say park, but we got into the fairgrounds with no problems. Offloaded, no problems. Everyone was great to deal with, no issues, no drama, no confusion. Dropped it off, and then we drove to the Ghost Town Village or whatever it's called, Lodge, and we parked the trailer and the tow vehicle, and we left it there, hopped in the Extreme, and that's what we did all of our cruising in. I will say I did have some anxiety of leaving my truck out on a field in an unknown area. Of course, it's fenced in and locked, but that doesn't mean anything. First thing someone will say, well, why somebody's gonna mess with that when there's custom trucks on the field? Well, people mess with anything just because. People will knock your mailbox down just because. People will kick an animal just because. Some people are just assholes just because. So anyway, I was a little apprehensive and a little anxiety setting in. The guy said park it wherever, not in the yellow tape zones, because that's where the clubs were parked. So he said pick a spot and you're good. So I picked a spot, left it there, and that's the first time that truck has seen rain since 2003 as well. So anyway, we parked it and we went up to where we were staying and cruised around the Extreme, went and got a bite to eat. Not a whole lot happening Thursday night. Some friends rolled in and we met up with them and had a little meal, but really we were just anxious to shut our eyes for a few hours, and we did. So we woke up Friday, we had some rain come in Thursday night, and Friday wasn't too bad. We went there. First time attending MiniNats, so I didn't know that even with the wristband and your ticket, you still had to enter through spectator through the spectator entrance. So that was confusing to me. I shouldn't say confusing, but I didn't follow the protocol, so we had to hop in line. But we fortunately had a friend up there with a truck, so we hopped in his truck and drove on through no problem. Other than that, which was a miscommunication, I would have to say on my end, because I didn't look into it. Excuse me. Most shows I've been to, you had your little band or you had your ticket. You just say, here's your ticket going in behind the scenes type thing. But that wasn't an issue. So we got in there, and the rain that previous night, all I had to do was share me the truck off and we were done. And so we hung out with some friends, obviously on the fairgrounds, watching trucks come in. I mean, it's just so many beautiful rides, so many beautiful people. The DJ, I loved it. I felt like I stepped out of a time machine. I loved every bit of it. So we walked around. Friday night, did a little cruising, and then it started sprinkling. And Friday night, oh my gosh, I don't think there is any rain left in the sky. I was thinking, I'm going to find out if my sunroof leaks. It didn't leak at all. So Saturday morning, I was feeling more like myself. Thursday into Friday, felt a little fatigued. It's like an 8-hour drive. Just fighting. Traffic wasn't bad, but still an 8-hour drive is an 8-hour drive. You want to get there in time, and then you want to, get situated, and then get where you got to be, park trailer, all that stuff. Once that's done, then you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief. The adrenaline dies down. Your truck's where it's supposed to be. Trailer, tow truck where it's supposed to be. Then you want something to eat, and then you want to crash. So, but Saturday, feeling more like myself, more in my element. And Saturday was a blast. The weather, that Friday night it rained, but it rained a sunny day. Beautiful weather, beautiful temps. Again, walking the fairgrounds, hung out with friends. DJ was awesome. Entered a raffle, didn't win. Got some cool posters, some swag, if you want to call it, whatever. And really enjoyed Saturday. Then Saturday after we left, went and cruised. We hit the car wash for the Extreme, so I wanted to polish my wheels on that. And we just went out to a nice restaurant, ate some grilled salmon, some cheese sticks. Beautiful. So then we did that and cruised, and cruised, and cruised, and cruised. Man, I just don't, of course, I behind me talking right now, I will have some video coming behind it. I'm not going to say it's Oscar-worthy material. I was in the zone and just kind of like, it really, if you're familiar with the Guns N' Roses Welcome to the Jungle video, when they had that strap over his head and he's just sitting there in the straight jacket like that, that's kind of how I was. I was just friggin' blown away by everything, and just the cruising, the people on the side of the road, just the people. And I mean, it's just amazing time the entire night. Of course, the Extreme stock vehicle, just nice set of wheels, but that too is getting to be up there in years. It's a 99 stock, other than the wheels, it's getting to be, pushing 30 years old. So it's like, you can kind of say, yeah, it's not heavily modified or anything like that, but it's got a cool factor to it. It's you can't go buy one really like that these days that hasn't been modded or needs a lot of work. But anyway, had fun cruising regardless. That was very intense, very awesome. I felt like, I don't know, I might have to come back on how I felt. I just don't know what else to say. And then Sunday, I had a little emergency and I had to leave early, which I know that went against protocol, but the man at the gate was extremely gracious and accommodating, and he let me get my truck out, and I got it on the trailer, I think at like 6 something in the morning, and I got out of there. Very thankful, and hopefully, if anyone's watching from the MiniNats show, or in charge of it or anything like that, I beg for forgiveness if that caused any kind of mayhem or chaos. I don't think it did, but I know the protocol is leave at 2. I didn't, and it kind of shows in a way like, hey, maybe you didn't want to be there. No, I'd have stayed the whole week if I could have. Anyway, that being said, lots of cruising, lots of people. I was amazed. Of course, I've been to plenty of shows throughout my life. Like in other videos, if you're familiar with what I've been saying. Excuse me. I got out of the scene sort of, years ago. As they say, life happens. I wasn't, I was always around this stuff. This stuff was always there for me. But as far as being in sync with when a show is or this or that, I wasn't. I was always had the magazine, always was reading about it, something like that, whatever. This stuff was always around me, but I was never as around it as much as I wanted. But here I am today. I can do things that I couldn't do years ago. Sorry, pollen out here is pretty tough. But so that being said, I was just amazed at the diversity of age that was there. I saw a gentleman, he was on a scooter, a mobility scooter. He had to be in his 70s. And somebody didn't dress him up like this. You could tell this is how he dressed. He had on the slacks, and like the jacket and shirt and the mini truck and hat. And he didn't just buy it because the grandkid gave him something that looked cool, or something. He's like, look, grandson, I'm wearing your hat. This is how this guy rolled. He had his hat like that, and that's him. It's just he had an older face, kind of like myself. I'm getting there myself. And the amount of people that I saw like that amazed me. girls, females, women in general, that were either there with their own truck or just extremely supportive. I was blown away by that. Yeah, you see girls in the scene, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, most of them aren't there because they're into it. They're there because they're cute, they're pretty, and of course, they're going to get likes and views just because they're a female. They could be sitting in lawn chairs and just, they could be at a lawn chair show and everyone's going to be like, oh wow, I'll follow you, you're great, your content's awesome. But I mean, to see women that had their own vehicle there, that were just, they were into it as much as the guys were, and then the kids and the family aspect of it, awesome. I don't have kids myself, but to see that, it makes you feel good about the future of the scene, and the women in general. They were, most that I saw wasn't just being eye candy. They were waxing and polishing, shamming their stuff off, cleaning wheels, and then you look them. If you look them up, I guess they're actually in it, and they just happen to be women that dig it. That's freaking awesome. Just everything in general was a positive. There was just no negatives at all. Of course, I was apprehensive because I'd never been. And of course, you've got something that you cherish sitting out in the middle of nowhere, kind of so many people in and out. Someone could bump into it, a fender bender or something. I mean, you do worry about it. It doesn't matter if it's a friggin' stock Geo Metro, you know, you're still worried about your stuff getting fooled with. And it's just like, not saying you don't trust people or whatever, but it was out of my element. And I'm glad I did it because it took me out of my element. And sometimes that's a good thing, to where you're just not like, well, I'm not going because it might rain. Well, where I live, a 20% chance of rain, that show is called off. Here, you got 90% chance of water that sank the Titanic coming at you. And it's like, show's still on, we're good. Meet us at the pancake shop. So that was awesome to see. And to see vehicles that cost way more than mine ever would be to put together, driving on the strip in the rain or coming through there, creeping through a little bit of, you know, some potholes in the gravel or whatever, or you know, kind of dirt. That was awesome. You know, kind of, you know, that was like, I was like, Mike, shut up, put your big boy pants on, and your truck got rain on. These dudes are driving it, and they got a lot more work to clean their ride than I do on mine. And they were, so that, it was just awesome. So that being said as well, that was good to see. So you're always thinking, well, it might rain, so why should I go? They might call it off. Wrong. I think more people shows up when it does rain, I think, here. But yeah, so overall, man, my first time there, everything was just amazing. The venue, the people, to go into these little shops and have the owner of these places, you know, and I don't mean to use that term, it might sound derogatory or whatever, say, oh, the little old lady. Well, that's what they were, little old ladies. It's like, the one lady, she was like, these little trucks are up and down the road. She goes, I don't mind them though, I like them, they're cute. She said, I got in line with them yesterday, I was driving with them. And she said, but we really appreciate them coming here because, you know, the money that they spend and all this and that, and most of everybody's nice. And she goes, we really appreciate the dollars that they spend in this little town. And so, and then when you're making your laps, you've got people letting you in with traffic, and they're older people, and they're grinning and just saying, come on in, you know, because they know what you're doing, and they're just, it brings life to the town. Now, I can get where it might get frustrating for some people that live there or whatever, but we have little events in our town, nothing on that scale. But people here will just freaking complain about anything, and this entire town opens up to I'm gonna say thousands of people, trucks up and down the street, bass blaring for dear life. And of course, most people know that, hey, I'm not going into Maggie Valley on this day because it's gonna be a madhouse. or maybe they have to because that's the only way in or whatever. But here is people just, it's just, I was just amazed at how many people just welcoming you. Every shop you walk into, it was like you just want to buy something whether you want it or need it or not, because you just want to give money to these people. You just want to make, you just appreciate you for letting us come here. You respect the scene, by respecting the town, respecting its town folk, the history of the place. Trailer parking couldn't have been easier. It was confusing at first because, well, I'd never been, and then you get cross chatter. Well, I heard you could park here, but I'm not sure. If you're not sure, don't speak up. But that was easily solved. My friend, he got on the phone and talked to the lady, that woman that had the, I guess, I don't know if she owns the place or not, but she had a tag written up, paid her in advance. Your number is so-and-so. Okay, hey, just find a spot and park. Find a spot and park. Which I liked, because it was like, I don't know, you get in where you fit in, and I like that. So, overall, it was, shouldn't say overall, I mean 100%. It was fantastic. I'm sure I left a lot of things out, but it's awesome to see something that I love, a scene that I love, a vibe that I love. It's awesome to see that flourishing, it appears. And, just everyone is so nice and accommodating because they don't want to ruin it for the next time or the next generation. I mean, you're always going to have some bad apples that want to carry it too far or whatever, but that's life in general. No matter where you go, that's going to happen. I don't know if anything like that happened or not. I'm not saying it did. I didn't witness anything, but after a certain time, you got people that are like, all right, I'm going to hang out here for a bit, and I'm going in the hotel, get ready for tomorrow. Then you got people that stay out all night. I don't think there was any major issues. I didn't hear of anything. I know someone's truck caught fire. I'm sure some people got pulled over here and there, but I don't think there was any major calamities. Aside, the guy that's truck caught fire, I mean, that's a calamity. You don't want that to happen to anyone. But I mean, as far as just people acting up to where it's like, all right, everyone out of here or whatever, So, but it just went by quick, and now that I can call myself a veteran, I've been there once. I don't know what it entails to be a true veteran. I guess multiple shows, but obviously, you can't have multiple shows until another one comes. So next year I'm gonna try to have a different truck done, something I can probably drive up there, something you don't have to drag a trailer around. But even dragging a trailer around wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I wasn't the driver, obviously. So, but even still, once you park, you're done. Other than just being there, you park the truck, you're there. So, leaving can be a little hectic, I think, because after the awards at 2 is when you can bring your trailer back and load up. I'm not sure how many vehicles were left on the show field by that time. But I don't see, other than just time and waiting to get in or whatever, I don't see where that would be mass confusion either. Everyone's thinking the same thing. They want to get in quick, load quick, and go. They don't want their stuff screwed up. They don't want to hit anyone. So everyone's navigating. The rest, like boats on 4th of July, in the harbor or whatever. Nobody wants to damage their $150,000+ boat. So everyone's kind of paying attention to everyone. They don't want to harm your truck. You don't want to harm their truck. So everything works together as it should. But that being said as well, I would love to go back. I would love to be invited back, or accepted, I should say. But I want to have something maybe different next year. Yeah, I mean, I would take that every year if I could. But it's like I feel like I've accomplished some goals that I wanted to accomplish with that. Yeah, if I can take it back, I definitely will, or would, however I get there. But now that I see, you get there and you're thinking, show truck. And when you think show truck, you're thinking, oh, we're sitting in some museum looking at this. That was a truck that I saw. I'm not going to name it because I don't know how people like name drop or whatever. But this guy has a lot of money in this truck. I've seen it a few times, and it's a very nice build, and the truck is incredible. He was cruising his truck, and it was sitting out there in the rain and elements. But I'm gonna say some of these people definitely got more money than I've got, and to me, it's also like a personal thing. Like this truck, yeah, you can cruise it. I mean, whatever. But it's just I'm not going to. I don't want to. It's just that's part of the thing. Is I can't explain it no better than that. Not that it's too good for cruising. It's like, you know what? I haven't driven it in that long. She's fine where she's at. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. I have nothing to prove with it, I guess I should say. So anyway, we'll see how it goes next year. I mean, this year, you know, the show was over last Sunday, so I mean, we got a year to go. Carlisle All Truck Nationals is coming up, so got that to look forward to, whatnot. So that being said, man, I can't give no better review than that. It was just amazing, awesome. You know, you hate for it to end. I met some Facebook friends that I've been friends with on there for a while. That was nice, and I'm trying to grow not so much my name and what I do as far as, you know, detail and polishing, whatever, sandblasting. Just kind of just getting in the zone with people, getting in with, you know, people in the know, and kind of just, you know, trying to do things in life that you'd love to do, and maybe try excuse me, not so much make a living at it, but if you can you know, next thing you know, you're polishing some wheels on some, you know, $200 show vehicle, or $200,000 show vehicle or something. Who knows? Anyway, but the whole point is to meet people and just live and have a wonderful life and feel good about what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I'm sure I did. Food was wonderful. Everything was wonderful. The accommodating vendors, just everything was just so nice and wonderful. I complained about an 8-hour drive. I think a guy came from Oregon or Washington State. So yeah, there's some people that might not be home yet. So I don't know. I'm just thankful to have this experience. And again, now that I know kind of, all right, this is what's this is what's that, I kind of know my way. Not so much my way around, but like trailer parking. Some people were like, well, you can park across from the venue. Well, I got a 28-foot enclosed trailer. I don't think you were going to get that in there without, especially with all that rain. And then I saw where some people, I guess, got there extremely early, and just because that place shuts down at 9 o'clock. I was told and saw that it shuts down at like 9. So 3, 4 in the morning, there's hardly a soul on that road, and it's 2 lanes each way. So I noticed I was up. I had a little emergency Sunday morning, and I was up around 4:35, and I was seeing, well, some people just stopped in the middle of the road and backed their trailer in from the road and offloaded onto that ground and drove on in and whatever. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, okay. Now you couldn't do that during the regular day, because there's just no way. You gonna put somebody off. There's no room. But they backed in, put the trailer up, and they were gone. Which makes sense because it's right on the road back in. It's easy to get to, go, not fishing around people. So yeah, you're not gonna get what I had in there comfortably, I should say, and leave the truck with it, because we didn't need the big truck to be cruising around that little area when I got my Extreme to do that. So yeah, now we know, okay, this is good. Okay, we can park here probably. Okay, well, they wouldn't mind if we swung up in here real quick to load, whatever. Because I'm not driving my truck on the road and have it impounded or lose my license or have to come back for court or something stupid like that. Or worst case scenario, hit somebody or somebody hit me. So I'm not driving it on the street. It's not registered, all that good stuff. So I'm not doing that. It's just no sense to have tags sitting on the truck that I'm not driving to me. Again, that being said, kind of beating a dead horse with that, but that truck means a great deal to me. It's been like an old friend. And of course, I know some people would jump right on that and say, mine costs more than his, and I drive mine. Don't be a pussy. You're right. I'll say you're right, but I'm still not gonna drive it. I don't care. It's my truck, and that's I do what feels for me. Like I said, I see where some people make fun of, well, it must be trailer nets, or I had a trailer show and I brought my truck. It's like, I see people ragging on others. It's like, back in the day, I don't think people had the money that they've got now to spend in trucks. Back in the day, you might have had a body kit, some wheels, some aluminum under the hood or something like that, some wild interior. But overall, and yeah, you had your low riders and things like that, but the amount of technology and money people are putting into these things these days, man, I get it. And plus, you get to have it sitting in your trailer. It's as clean when you left home as it is when you show up. It's less work to do, less hassle. I get it all. You want to drive it, drive it. If you want to put a 99-cent Hot Wheels in your 28-foot trailer and drag it from here to Texas, awesome, man. Go for it. It's yours. You bought it. Do what you want with it. I just hate when I see people jumping on other people for what they're able to do. You want to drive your truck, man, drive it. Or why not start your own show and say, you know what? You can't have trailered your truck here. It's got to be driven. I mean, start your own show. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I'll trailer. I don't care. I do not care. Like I said, it's got 80,000 miles on it. I'm the second owner. I've had it since 1994. So I'm kind of bouncing around between making what I'm talking about me compared to MiniNats, but I don't know. A lot of people will comment on videos and things, and the first thing they're like, well, why don't you do this? What? I don't do Monday morning quarterbacking. I don't respond to negative comments because if a lot of times people just ask questions just to pick. I posted a picture, of my Extreme at the Ghost Town Lodge with I guess the iconic mini truck thing or truck show. You got that in the background. You made it, and somebody made a comment about my Extreme being stopped, and I'm like, well, I didn't say anything at all. I didn't respond, but you don't know somebody's story. You don't know somebody's history. There's people. I've been with friends that have bought vehicles from people that are dying of cancer. And they're like, well, I've got to sell it. I've got treatments coming up, or they're essentially dying. And a truck or whatever is the last thing on their mind, or it might be a bucket list. I know for me, it's kind of a bucket list. I mean, if you got to know me and know my story, I say story, everyone's got one, but it's like history or whatever. It's like to have that truck sitting in Maggie Valley on the show field. It doesn't matter if it was just this wheel sitting there by itself. It just, given my history, where I come from, and whatever, it means a lot. It's life changing. It just means a lot from the days of being homeless, sleeping in your car, nothing to eat. And there's people that had it worse than what I'm talking about. Because I did sleep in my car. I was homeless for a while, and you get yourself straight. Not drugs. No drugs, nowhere to be seen. I never had a drug problem. I don't even drink, but that doesn't mean you still can't make bad decisions. So you never know somebody's story. It's just because someone's sitting up there with a stock truck with some wheels on it. Well, that could be a bucket list thing. That person could be dead in a couple weeks, and it was like, that might be a memory that just sticks with them, or they pass it down to whoever. So when I was younger, I was kind of full of vinegar like that, kind of like, suck it up, man. Oh, who cares, Excuse me. I was kind of like that too, because you don't know any better. You're stupid when you're young like that, and you think Oh, come on, man, you got plenty of time. But I know when my dad got cancer, when he was diagnosed with cancer, it's like he kind of stopped being, you know, the dad that I knew to a guy that was kind of like, you could see the worry, you could see the like, oh man, you know, hope this, you know, it ended up taking him 5 years later, but from the time he was diagnosed, but it was like, you just don't know someone's story. You don't know, you know, I saw people at MiniNats driving with one arm. It was just like, you know, he was in a tight area trying to park his vehicle, and it's like, at first you're thinking, you know, dang, what's this guy doing? But then he gets out and he's got one arm, and it's like, this guy's gonna be up in here no matter what. And I love that. I was like, you know what, man, that's inspirational, because like, screw it, he's gonna be there. He'll shift the thing with his mouth if he's got to. That's awesome. So as you get older, you start thinking to yourself that you don't know what tomorrow can bring, and the old saying, you don't know what tomorrow can bring. You don't know whatever. I might not even be here next year, man. I mean, my dad died when he was 56 years old, and I'm sure he didn't think. No one thinks that they're going to die at all. But then when you hear that term, well, hey, you got cancer, you got this, you got that. Well, let that guy drive his stock truck up there and take a picture wherever. Let that guy trailer his truck. You don't know what he's been through. You don't know what fight he's been fighting. He might not want to fight anymore. He might want to say, you know what? I want to drive my truck. I want to bring my truck up here and park it. It's kind of like you know, maybe grandfather syndrome, to where it's like, you know what? I want to sit on the porch and watch the children play. I want to watch them swing on the swing. I can't swing anymore. I want to watch them play. I want to watch my kids play baseball. I want to watch my grandkids, you know, wrestle in the yard or chase each other around, run, you know, chase the dog around, dog chase them around. You know what I mean? I think until you get a little older, you don't really understand or appreciate that. So, if you want to trailer it. If you want to push it up the mountain, push it. You don't want to bring it at all, don't. Just get there and get it there. Get you there. Get yourself there. I had a little quick image of Schwarzenegger. Get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. What am I talking about? Anyway, I just see so many people ragging and harping on people. Oh, be a man, drive it. Be a man, don't drive it. Be a man, do your own damn thing. Me trailing my truck isn't gonna hurt you, isn't gonna hurt anybody else. You don't know how I got to leave it, just leave, you know what I mean? You do you. If you want to take yours out there and do burnouts and donuts, I'll watch it, man. I think it's awesome. If you don't want to do that, I think that's awesome too. I'm kind of getting off the MiniNat review, but I just see a lot of people, they harp on that, rag on that, and it's like, some people have a lot invested in their stuff, and man, you know, when that rain was coming down, or a storm or whatever, hey man, I mean, of course, my truck sat on the field because you can't come back and get it until after the trophies. But like I got to leave early. I drove the truck out of the fairgrounds because it was straight up no trailers on the fairgrounds until after the awards, and I totally get it. But I was lucky enough to be afforded to drive it out, and I was in the parking lot away from the fairgrounds to load up and get home. But stop ragging on people for doing what they do. Let you know, there's people that have, you know, like the thousands, hundreds of thousands in their vehicles, trucks and stuff. Go talk to that guy. Say, man, what do you do for a living? How the hell did you get this? What can I do to do what you're doing? Stop just hating people. I mean, the trailer thing, there was a time, I'll admit, there was a time when I'd say, I'm driving mine. But you know what? Mine was nowhere as near nice as this guy's truck. You know what? And looking back on it right now, saying that, me saying, man, just drive it. That was kind of my way of saying, I hope yours looks as crappy as mine. I mean, that's kind of what you say in a lot of ways. It's like, I mean, you want to drive your show truck through the mountains or 10, 15-hour drive to get some YouTube content to where, just we're driving my awesome this, my awesome that. Well, a lot of these people that do that, they got sponsors, they got people backing them. Some people don't, not all, but a lot of people do, especially if they got a good following. They've got backers. They've got people that's like, man, they're going to send you a new air ride system if yours blows out. They're going to send you some new wheels if you bend yours. And that's not the case for everybody, but a lot of times these people, they got good family units. I'm pretty much by myself. So I got a friend that helps me when he can. A couple friends actually, but I'm pretty much by myself. So it's like, if I'm on the side of the road, I'm on the side of the road by myself. Yeah, somebody might from the show would help, all that stuff, obviously. But overall, I don't know, it's just leave people alone. Let people do what they want. They want to trailer theirs in, trailer. They want to drive it. I think it's badass to drive it, but it's like, it's kind of like, man, like I said, that truck hasn't seen road film since '03. I took it off the road in '03 when I got rear-ended. It sat in parts up until 2014, I think. 2014, 15. From 2003 to 2014, it sat in pieces. I dragged it around from place to place. Thought I had to get rid of it here and there. And got back on my feet, found a great job, was able to come ahead, and next thing you know, I got it back together. So it's not so much about driving it in the rain or road film. It's just I haven't really touched on that truck a lot, but I've got a blue '93 of that. I've got a 383 Strucker in it. That truck was a daily driver for a long time. I had a 350 in it, and I drove the hell out of it. But that truck too, of course, if you're homeless sleeping in your car, you really don't have truck money. So things started to kind of unravel, if you will. And next thing you know, you're dragging parts around to this, parts around to that, storage units, and you get to a point to where you go, you know what, screw this. I'll just sell it for whatever I can get for it, and I'll drive my happy ass to Florida. At least if I'm sleeping in my car in Florida, I get to see beautiful women up and down the freaking strip and warm weather. And if storms come, I can drive away. But as again, life happened. A situation came up for me, and it worked out beautifully. And here I am. So to open the door on my trailer and to see like this truck sitting there together means more to me. It means I didn't fail. It means I'm not a total failure. To see my blue truck in there in one piece, I still got some small things to do to it to fire it up, but it's pretty close. But to see it in one piece, I can push it, I can move it, I can steer it. It's just like, it's like a personal victory. So it's like, so what you might see an almost stock 1993 Chevy S10, I see victory. I won because this truck was in pieces. I didn't even have money to feed my dog. Barely had money to get her some dog food. So to see this truck together, and I can drive it, start it, do whatever I got to do to it, that's victory right there. Even though to somebody with a better truck, man, why are you going ape shit for that? That's just pretty much a stock 93. But again, I bounce back to my first comments where it's like, well, that's a 1993. Other than the hood, I am at some point going to put a stock hood back on it. But other than the hood, windshield, because that's, even though it's for that truck, it's not stock from 1993. But other than the hood, grill, bumper, and tailgate and roll pan, this truck is 100% stock. And those are just body pieces. Now you can, hopefully, one day I want to find an actual 93 grill. I don't like these repo grills, but that's all you can get. It is what it is. I've always liked the full chrome bumpers. You can probably find a nice chrome bumper that someone has had off their truck, get it redone. if you wanted to, even a rear bumper, or and the wheels as well. But stock interior and the engine, it's on engine transmission, 80,000 miles. So at some point, this truck will be, like I said, I kind of like that term. I'm stuck on that term, like time capsule. It'll get to be appreciated because it's like, all right, well, we don't have heavy mods that we can't reverse. We don't have this, we don't have that. So you can appreciate it for what it is, you know. So it falls, at some point it'll fall into some kind of category other than, that's just a stock truck that's been lowered with some centerline wheels, which, yeah, but when I look at this, I see me coming up the street, bass going to pick my girlfriend up, go out to a movie, go to the mall, to the arcade. That's, when I look at this truck, that's what I see. I see we're going to the arcade, we're going to the mall, we're going to this. So I've never had the opportunity to have a full-on show vehicle. Probably never will. I think I probably could now, but this right here is like my speed, man. This is me. So I don't want to have a trend truck slam this and that because everybody else does. And by saying everybody else does, that's not saying someone could attack me for saying it like that. No, I don't mean everybody else. No, it's just there's people out there like me that's got their truck just like this, and they'll see this and be like, holy shit, that's what I got, hell yeah. So everybody's got what they're into, man. Everybody's got what that blows their hair back. Everybody got what's turning them on when they get in it. I don't know, you ever see the movie Twister? When they leave that, I think that gas station, that little cafe, and they're going on their first tornado hunt of the movie as a group. And it shows each individual person, they all have their own personality. One guy's listening to like Van Halen, he's got his, you know, camper shell on his truck, or bus or whatever, he's yelling and screaming. And then the one guy's listening to like Oklahoma on the Range, then the other guy's listening to classical music. They all have their individual style. So for everyone that says stock truck, there might be another person that says, man, I remember how, you know, so kind of over explaining, but it's awesome. And it's and with the diverse group of people that I saw there, then you fit in. It's not just, and I'm sure there are shows where it's like, hey, if you're not slammed, this is just for these trucks. That's freaking awesome, because most of those specific shows, they'll let you know that up front. All right, man, well, this kind of isn't what we're looking for here. It's nothing to get offended by. I agree with them. If you got a slammed show and you're showcasing air ride, airbags, and batteries or hoses, then this isn't going to be what you want to see at that show. And that doesn't offend me. That's being honest. Or if you're like, hey man, this is kind of like an all truck national, all trucks welcome. Hey, she'll fit in there too. So I don't get offended when someone says, well, this isn't really what we're looking for, because I want you to have what you're looking for there. I don't want you to come and see just this or just these type of trucks, because then it gets boring. So this is Mike Taylor's truck, how Mike Taylor likes it. And if you like yours, you know, pushing asphalt, that's freaking badass too. Good Lord, all of it's good, all of it. And so, I don't know, I just wanted to touch base on the trailer thing of myself. I think I'm in pretty decent shape. I'm not the youngest guy you're going to find there. And I tell you, by the time we got there, unloading the truck, and it was pointless to wipe it down because you can see on the horizon storms of rain coming. Man, it was good to just park that thing and get back to where we were staying, and, you know, kick these freaking shoes off and socks and take a deep breath and just, you know. Now, had that been, you know, whatever, like trailering it there, man, you just pull it off and you're done. Is it lazy? Could be, I guess. I don't know. But I also think the guy that's cussing first thing in the morning because it rained or the wheels wells are dirty, I think that's equally irritating. I don't know. I just think a lot of people in the scene just need to just do themselves, and it's just like these truck clubs out there. I probably would never have what it takes to join these clubs because they're serious about what they're doing, and so I don't think I could be like, all right, we got to do this, we got to meet up, we got to do this today, or how much money am I going to spend in my truck this year? Man, I salute these people, man. These people, I mean, they live it. But I don't walk around at clubs and be like, they suck. They suck. Hell no, man. Those are the guys that are bringing it. Those are the guys that they're innovators. They're always looking for, like, what can we do different this year? What can we, what can we mod? What can we do to make this? Or let's change the wheels up. Those are the guys that set the trends, basically. It's like, we're doing this for the consoles, we're doing this for the dashes. I would never take this dash out of this truck and put something in it, say some Space Age or some 57 dash, Chevy dash, or some dash out of some car that's not meant for this truck, or cut it down. I would never do that to this truck because it's fallen into, like, in Time Castle, she's original. But these guys, man, like I said, I salute, because they go in and they're like, man, what can we do that is going to just knock people's socks off? What can we do that's just going to make people stand over here and just gawk at our trucks? Some of these trucks you could look at for hours and catch something different. You could walk away and walk back and be like, I didn't see that this first time. So it takes all of us, and if you want to trailer it. If you don't, put it on. Screw it. Put a tow hitch on it. Do what you want. Tow it backwards. I don't care, man. Just get there. So, kind of rambling. It's just this kind of stuff just brings out so many emotions, and it's like a friend of mine. I went with a friend of mine one time into North Carolina. It was a Sunday. We left early Sunday morning. We got there, I think, about noon, 1 o'clock, something like that. It was pretty far. I forgot exactly where. I forgot where it was. It was probably about 10 years ago now. He saw this car online, talked to the guy. The guy was like, yeah, I got to sell it. Got some medical stuff coming up. So, okay. So the guy wasn't selling it for an extremely cheap deal, but it was a deal. He did get a pretty good deal on it. But we get there, and decent, very nice house, not a mansion, nothing like that. But the guy comes out, and my friend, he's younger than me, or he's younger than I am. I should say it's better grammar. But so the guy gets talking, and I'm already noticing he's picking out every little detail, every little flaw in his car, and it's just like, not my friend, the owner. He's like, yeah, well, sometimes, and you could tell this guy loved this car, and he started talking more and more. A lot of people don't like to put their personal stuff out, and I get that. I do, and I don't sometimes. I mean, I get it all the time, but I mean, sometimes I put myself out, sometimes I don't. But sometimes talking about things is good, sometimes talking about it makes it worse. But whatever. But anyway, this guy, he's talking to us, and he's like, my friend is like, okay, the deal he got was like, damn. He said, man, I asked why you're selling it. The guy stopped for a second, he paused. He was like, well, I've got terminal cancer. He said they don't think they can do anything, and he just shrugged his shoulders. He goes, hey, here's what it is. So I just always think about that stuff, because when the guy made the comment about my truck being stock, taking a picture of it, it was on TikTok, and people just like to be stinkers, man. That's what they do. You gotta have thick skin to be on social media. But I didn't respond back. He was just like, some people that do that, they've got an inferiority complex where they actually think everyone's, or was it superiority? I think it's inferiority. I get them mixed up sometimes. But by him trying to be superior, he's actually showing that he feels inferior by coming at you with some stupid crap. But what if some person's dream was to go to a show like this and they were dying? But he might not have time to build a show truck. He might not have time to say, you know what, I'm going to get these 20-inch wheels to tuck. He might not have time. He might have enough time to buy a clapped out S10 to just drive there and say, you know what, I made it. I'm here. I mean, you don't know someone's story, man. Thank God that I don't have anything going on like that, but I know my history, and I know where I used to be, and I know where I could be. So I'm happy to just be. I don't need to be the star of the show. I don't need to go up there with all eyes on. Hey, man, some of these people that pull in, and the people that are watching them, it's awesome, man. I'm not envious. I think it's freaking cool. It's just like, hell yeah, man. But at my period in life, man, I'm never gonna spend no $100,000 on a car. If I had $100,000 to build a vehicle, I'm gonna probably spend maybe 10, and maybe I'm gonna pocket the rest, and I'm gonna live on it a little while. I would never do it. But these people that do that, again, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's freaking. They're the guys that will be remembered or whatever. It's like, I'm just happy to be there. When you've had certain experiences, you're just happy to be there. When a doctor comes back and says you're cancer free, you're happy to be there. My dad died of cancer when I was 15. And I remember the ups and downs and all the emotions that came with, okay, well, he's getting better. It seems like it's going in regression. It seems like this. And all of a sudden, boom, you got bone cancer. You got maybe a few months. So everything changes in your life, and you start to realize, I'm happy to be here. Trailer, no trailer. If someone just threw me out of a plane with a parachute, I'm happy to be there. Be happy to be where you're at. And if you're not happy where you're at, change it. And if you don't want to be where people are trailer, I want to see the stuff trailered in, because that's going to be the good stuff in my eyes. You know, some trucks I saw, they probably couldn't be driven on the road. But again, why are you trailering that? Well, if I didn't trailer it, it wouldn't be like it is. The wheel wells are spotless. They wouldn't be spotless. The inner fender wells have been powder coated. Well, they'll have dings and chips on it. Maybe the rockers would too. It's just, I want to feel how I feel about my truck when I look at it. If someone else doesn't feel the same way, that's awesome. That means you're your own person, and you can do your own thing. So, I don't know, I just see so many people, after experiencing what I experienced at MiniNats, you know, for the first time, being there first time, all that, I don't know, I'm just very fortunate, and it's just awesome to see what I saw and be in that environment and be around the people, everything, the people, the music, just all of it. It's just, I'll never forget it. So I just didn't really see much to complain about. And when you're, you know, I don't know, just do you. Just do you. That's the best advice. Well, there's a few pieces of advice. Stay away from people that want to get you in trouble with no consequences to them. And stay away from people that want to put you in debt. And stay away from people that won't let you be you. I saw some people that had their dogs with them in their high-end builds. I probably wouldn't put maybe a little small, you know, what they call a pocket dog. But these people had like labs and pit bulls, and their interiors cost way more than me. But their interiors cost way more than mine did, or does. But there again, they're thinking, hey, it's all right. But I'm thinking, no. So we're all individuals in this. So to sit there and just rag on people for what they're doing, or even what they call the bulldozers, that's not my scene at all. So you know what I do? I don't go over there. I don't go to where all that's going on because it's not. I don't see the need to enforce my will on people that are doing their own thing. Let them. They want to do the. Let them roll coal, all that stuff. Let them do it. That's on them. I mean, as long as they don't mess up the scene. Anyone, even in the mini trucking, don't go out there doing donuts and throwing rock because you're picking up stuff off the pavement and slinging it on the vehicle behind you, or even people that are standing on the sidewalk. You could flick a rock in some kid's eye. You don't have to do all that. But I'm just saying, go to where you're welcome. Don't go to where this isn't your scene, so you're going to come over here and just bitch and try to make it your scene, even though it's not. If you don't want pizza, don't go to a pizza joint. Don't go to a pizza joint and want lobster. That don't make any sense. Go where what you want is. So I don't care. Trailers, no trailers. I think it'd be banging to bring it in on a helicopter. That'd be pretty damn cool. Helicopter like a crate, that'd be awesome. But do what you want. So, all these feelings get flowing and going, and you just realize how awesome life is, how awesome the world is, and you're around things that you love, people that you love you. So that's my take on MiniNats 2025. I'll never forget it. Grateful, honored. I hope anyone that's involved in the show that's watching, if they watch this, just know how much I was honored to be there and grateful, happy, and just words cannot compare to anything that it's nothing. I can't put it up against anything and say this is what it felt like, this is what it is. It's just when you go from nothing to kind of getting to where you kind of want to be, it means a lot. It makes you happy. It makes you feel worthy, worthwhile. I don't know. It's just awesome. It's totally awesome. I'm just thankful doesn't cover it. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of don't know what else to say. Yeah, like I said, I don't try to argue with people or get into arguments or counter and counter opinions and stuff. It's just the way I feel about sitting here in this chair right now. Is just kind of how I feel. Everything I told you is from my heart how I feel about it. It's just I don't know. Life is better when you do. Sometimes doing what you want doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. But just I don't know. As you start to get more years behind you than in front, you start to not worry about specific things. I'm never going to take this truck out and rip some donuts and be all crazy. But it means a lot to do some of the things I'm doing with it. It means a great deal to me, and I'm thankful to see. Again, kind of bounce around the thing, but again, I wouldn't want to go to a show and just see my style trucks. I want to see that. I want to see the people that spent that big money fabricating skills that I don't have. I want to see all that. I'm just honored and just I don't know. I still cannot believe I was there. It's still I'm still processing that. And to think they do it like every year. I'm sure some years are probably better than others, blah, 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 but it means a lot to me because I can only read about this stuff in magazines. So maybe I did have some inconveniences over the weekend. I didn't pay attention to them if I did. Maybe what I experienced might have been an inconvenience to someone that gets to do it all the time. So I don't know. I didn't leave there. Not one thing there made me go, God, why is this? Why? Oh, not one thing there. I wish I did know about the spectator line because that line was like friggin' long. Now that I know better, next time, if there is a next time, I'll get in line early. Because I was hanging out with the guys in the trucks, waiting to go through the gate. I'd have been in the spectator line, waiting to walk through the gate. That's my fault. Put it on you. A lot of times, this person right here is the cause of all your problems. You know what I mean? So, MiniNats 2025 in the books. Mike T was able to go, was able to show out. I was able to bring 2 trucks. I was able to afford food to eat for me and a friend. I was able to afford fuel for the tow truck and my Extreme. So essentially, I had a truck on the showgrounds, and I had a truck to cruise. So you look on it and you go, oh man, maybe I was balling and didn't even know it. Just kidding. But so yeah, I mean, so that means a lot considering the cold nights that I spent sleeping in my Camaro, my 91 Camaro that I had. That's what I had. That's what I was living in for about 5-6 months. My dog and I. So to go from that, I remember looking at a mini truck magazine with the friggin' dome light and 20-degree weather. Start with 1/8 of a tank of gas. Start it every so often, blow some heat in, and just can't wait till the sun comes up. But I remember I'd go buy a mini truck magazine or trucking magazine or whatever, and I would just be like, I'm still looking at that show, full event coverage, and you're looking at MiniNats, and you're looking at Carlisle, or you're looking at Sparks show, whatever, all these shows that I can't even think of half the names. So yeah, so to actually be there and not sleep in my truck with my car, that means a lot. So I'm very blessed and happy, and I wish other people. I want everyone. I would want everyone to feel that feeling I felt, because when I parked my truck Thursday, like I said, storms coming, rain's coming. You want to get out there, grab a bite to eat, get relaxed, get kicked back from making the shoes off, and it still didn't set in until you get to the fairgrounds and you walk in and there's your truck, man, sitting there. People are looking at it, people are taking pictures of it, and you feel like you just want to. I wish I could put that feeling. If I could put that feeling into like every human being, I think all the world's problems would be solved. If that feeling of seeing that truck sit there, MiniNats. All you hear is MiniNats, MiniNats, MiniNats. I guess that's the show of shows, per se, I guess. Then you got like Battle and Bama and things like that. MiniNats is a big one, obviously. But to have the MiniNats show field decal on my window has now made that windshield priceless to me. So if I could put that feeling into everybody, I think the world's problems would be solved, because it was just sheer enjoyment and almost a panic in a way of like you squint your eyes and go, is that my truck over there? Is that my truck? Like, seriously, is that my truck? It just, I can't, man, I don't have the vocabulary maybe or whatever to really express it. I'm just so thankful and blessed and happy. And even thinking about it now, just maybe, you experience things late in life, maybe it means more, because there might be people showing up. I think the people that complain about a lot, whether it be people trailering that stuff in or whatever, I think the people that complain a lot are the people that have got to do it for so long that they kind of take it for granted. Maybe I can't tell what people are thinking, but I think a lot of times you get doing things so much, and it's just you almost just kind of get burned out, or you just kind of get excuse me. When you get burned out, just kind of like you're on autopilot. Well, MiniNats is here. I better go. I think a lot of guys with the hot rods do it. It's just like they're not really into it as much anymore, but it's become who they are, and I got to go to that show. They really don't want to. Most of them are complaining and bitching the entire time that I hear when I walk around these things. But who knows? I don't know. All I know is I had a blast. Hopefully I can get back there again. I know they got an all truck nationals that they're starting. I think first annual in October. I'd like to go check that out as a spectator. But if you're watching this to the end, or fast forward to the end, be yourself. Do what you're going to do. Don't ask for approval. Always good to run ideas by people, but you don't always have to listen. And don't be different. I mean, I could go in there and take a bucket and crap in it and put it on the seat and be like, voila, custom. Yeah, that's different, but I don't mean it's good different. So, be yourself. Do what you're going to do. Shine. Shine as much as you can. And don't be arrogant about it, because karma's a bad mofo, and when he shows up, sometimes he takes a lot of things with him. So be thankful. Be thankful for the OGs that's in this. People that are a little, just slightly older than I am, that were doing it as I would. Maybe the people that are 7, 8 years older than I am, that were doing it before I got my license. And these are people that were taking apart new trucks in 1989, 1990. They were buying 1988, 1990 pickups, take them home. Buddies come over in the shop, and just taking it apart. They're gonna paint it. They're gonna do this, and the truck's like a year old. And I mean, that's, those are the OGs. You got to pay respect to them. I might be an OG to some people. I doubt it. I might be, but at my age and how I came into the scene, not so much. I'm kind of just a few years behind to where the guys that were really doing it, I wasn't there yet. I didn't have, I wasn't old enough to get it. I was on the tail end of a lot of things, but I don't know. Like I said, be you, do you, enjoy what you have, because you just don't know, man. You just don't freaking know. My dad went to the doctor. He fell on the tugboat that he worked on, and he hurt his hip. And my dad, he was in good shape, and, worked all his life. And a few weeks went by, and he was like, my hip still hurts. It's just weird, it hadn't healed up. Went to the doctor. Next thing you know, hey, you got cancer. You got kidney cancer. So they take the kidney out. He gets a little better. Then all of a sudden, he changes his diet, exercises the way the doctor says, does this, does that. And the next thing you know, oh hey, you got bone cancer. Nothing we can do. So then I watched this man deteriorate to bones. And, now, not to get super personal, but you're not really thinking of truck shows and wheels and billet wheels and transmissions and horsepower. You're not thinking of that crap, man, when you get that diagnosis. So once you start kind of thinking of your own mortality, you just start thinking, man, I just need to get there. If someone lets me lay in the back of their truck, I want to get there. That should be the main goal, is getting there. And if you got something cool to bring that too. But stop bothering people that just want to enjoy their life. And I kind of rambled on for a bit about just, but it's just the emotions that stirred up in me over the weekend. And every time I'm walking around, I'm just thinking, I wish I could go tell so-and-so I made it here, but they're passed on. I wish I could go tell so-and-so my truck is here, but they've passed on. It could be, Anybody, doesn't have to be a parent, could be anyone that's been in your life. Uh, I wish I could go to so and so, man. He remembers when this was in pieces. Oh, he passed away. My friend passed away. He's not here anymore. To call and be like, dude, come check it out. So, yeah, it's more than just a truck show for me. It's more than just trucks for me. It's just it touches me deeply. It's just, you know,